Hey everyone! Version 3.6 of Honkai drops next month, and I know you're all asking the question, how many free pulls can we actually get? Today, I'm breaking down every single stellar jade source, from the most obvious daily quests to the events and shop resets, to give you the F2P total. Plus, at the end, we'll talk about the character banners for version 3.6, so you'll know exactly who's coming and who you should be saving for. Now, let me tell you about Loot Bar because honestly, it's been a game changer for how I handle Oneiric Shards. We all know in-game prices are brutal, but with Loot Bar, you're getting up to 25% off compared to what Hoyoverse charges you directly. The process is super simple. Just enter your UID, pick your server, and boom. Shards hit your account in minutes, no password needed. They use official recharge channels, so everything's legit. If you're gonna spend money on Honkai Star Rail anyway, why pay full price? Hit the link in the description. New users get an extra 10% discount. Trust me, your wallet will thank you. All right, back to the video. First up is the foundation of every F2P player's income: daily training. Over the 42 days of version 3.6, this is a guaranteed 2,520 stellar jades if you stay consistent. I know it doesn't sound really exciting, but it's the backbone of your savings, reliable and steady. Then the Gift of Odyssey login event will give us 10 special passes just for logging in during the patch, which is worth roughly 1,600 jades. Add to that the shop resets in October and November for another 10 special passes, and you've already got a solid amount of pulls before we even get to events. The weekly simulated universe resets will also net you a total of 1,350 stellar jades over 6 weeks. If you're someone who doesn't enjoy this mode, I highly recommend giving it a chance. You're missing out on a lot of jades that could help you get a character if you're lucky. The maintenance compensation for version 3.6 gives us the standard 600 jades. World Shop Progression adds 150 jades, and new missions are estimated around 800 jades. New Achievements guarantees another 275. Characters showcases for Evernight, Castoris, Dan Heng, and Anaxa should give you exactly 80 jades. Individually, these may seem small, but they add up surprisingly fast when you look at the total. The livestream for 3.7 drops 3 redemption codes worth 100 jades each. That's 300 jades in total. But here's the thing. These codes expire in about 16 hours, so you need to be quick. I always post them immediately when they go live, so make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss out. Also, look out for other random redemption codes throughout the patch, which should add another 100 stellar jades to your total. And if you didn't know, Dan Heng Perm and Sorterae is confirmed completely free. No pulls required, no gacha involved. This is huge, not just because you're getting a premium character without spending resources, but because it changes how you budget for Evernight's banner. If you're tight on jades, you still walk away with a high-impact addition to your roster. This patch also brings a good amount of stellar jades from its events. The major event hands out 1,500 jades. Then you've got an event challenge worth 680, another one adding 500, and smaller events contributing 180 jades. Now, the endgame content cycle, Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, and Apocalyptic Shadow combined, accounts for about 2,400 jades if you can clear the hardest stages. Fair warning though, if you're newer or still building teams, this number might vary significantly for you. The Divergent Universe update adds 640 jades, and exploring the new Amphorius map brings another 800 through chests and exploration rewards. When you add everything up, F2P players are looking at roughly 16,075 stellar jades total. That translates to about 100 pulls for F2P players. If you're running Express Supply Pass, you jump to around 19,855 jades or 124 pulls. I'm genuinely impressed with the resource generosity here. The combination of that free 5-star and roughly 100 plus pulls for F2P players makes 3.6 an excellent patch to be active in, especially if you've been saving for Evernight or even Cyrene in 3.7. That said, I'm keeping an eye on Dan Heng's beta changes. They removed some of his unique synergy mechanics in favor of raw damage numbers, which might affect his long-term viability. So while getting him free is fantastic, don't assume he'll fit perfectly into every team composition. And speaking of Dan Heng, let's talk the banners for version 3.6, because after all, it's what most of us really want to know. Version 3.6 is rolling out in 2 phases, and both have some pretty exciting stuff lined up. Phase 1 kicks off around September 24th with the Evernight and Castoresis banners. Phase 2, starting mid-October, brings the Danheng Permansor Tarai and Anax's banner. That's right, the free character we've been talking about also has a banner, so you can get his light cone if you want. What do you think about the amount of stellar jades in version 3.6? Let me know in the comments. Are you saving for Evernight, Castorish, or maybe you're going for Danheng's Eidolons or light cone? And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.